Good day. It's the start of 2018. It's the very first morning, and we've got some snow down, so I got to take care of that before anything else, before any family comes over. It's just a mess here around the garden, around the property. I'm going to clear it up. This old John Deere, a few people have mentioned it before, seen it in the background in videos and stuff. Today you're going to get to see it running, and it's a joy to use. It's my grandfather's tractor, and it's just fantastic. I love it. So let's get started. So this old John Deere is decades old. Still got a master switch over here, which I just turned on. Got the cables hooked up for power, and got to turn on the fuel in here. And then this is the starter switch. It's connected to an actual lever up there, but you can't reach it because you have to use your hand here to close off, I'll call it the carburetor. Close off the carburetor because it's a direct feed up to the engine cylinder, and you need to create a vacuum, so you need to close off this opening here to the carburetor to create a vacuum to draw fuel up. So I'll give it a little try here. Sometimes it's a little bit of trouble to get it to turn over fast enough. Not quite enough charge in that battery yet. I'll keep it going for a little bit more, and we'll try it again. She'll go no problem. So the only reason she's not turning over fast enough with the cables still on her, the cables are kind of too light duty, so you're not getting full power transfer there. Got some big heavy cables, running enough power to start her no problem. What we got to do now is wait for the cables to charge up this battery a little bit, and then we'll get enough. there she is, back in the shelter, all covered in. I never had her in the shelter. Last time I was doing a bit of work on her outside with her shut down, and I didn't want to get her going just to put her back in the shelter, so I left her out. But she usually stays in here. Got a fresh tarp over there. Whew, it's chilly, but all the snow is done here now. Everything's nice, spick and span, which is great. Now I got to go and shovel off all the bridges and stairs and everything, so the manual labor begins. Hope you enjoyed it, guys. I really enjoying this old John Deere tractor. I was around it a little bit growing up, but not a lot until this year. I've been using it, and it's a lot of fun. I remember my grandfather telling me a story about he used to use these back in the woods back years ago in around here in Newfoundland for logging and stuff. And because there was no cabs and they'd have to travel them in the winter, and it'd be so cold sitting up on top of the tractor because you're just sitting still and just waiting for the tractor to do its thing kind of deal. So what they do is they tie ropes on the track levers. You notice when I was operating, you pull the levers and it stops a track to turn. Well, they'd tie ropes on it and they'd walk behind the tractor and they'd pull on the ropes to steer, because once you put it in gear, let the clutch out, it'll just idle along all day long. So just so they could keep moving, they'd hold on to these ropes and walk behind the tractor. And when they need to steer, they pull on the ropes. So different times. No one's doing that these days. You'd never get away with it with labor laws and such. But yeah, they did some crazy stuff. Paying for it now, up in years, but crazy stuff. Hope you enjoyed, guys. A little bit of a different video. Great way to start the year out here. Super quiet morning. Hope you enjoyed it. Hit the like button. Leave me a comment down below. Happy New Year to everyone. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Lots of great content coming this year.